Hi everyone! Today we're going to talk about or break down Warrior 2, or in Sanskrit it's called Virabhadrasana II. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to break it down from the feet, where your feet will be placed or where it's comfortable for you. We'll talk about the hips. The movement comes from the hips so that you keep your knee tracking on top of the heel. And then we'll also talk about the shoulders, and the efforts needed for the arms when you reach out in Warrior 2. Okay, so you start off at the top of your mat, and then we'll do the right side first. So you actually step your left foot back. Okay. And then before you bend your right knee, okay, one of the things that you look out for in your Warrior 2 pose is the stance or the distance between your feet. So some traditions would actually teach it heel to heel alignment. But what I would recommend, especially if you're getting into yoga for the first time or building a home practice, find that stance that's comfortable for you. So it might be hip width apart, or maybe for some, maybe slightly wider. So why do we do that? So that you feel your back leg press down on the mat, and that will give you extra grounding and stability in the pose. Now for the back foot, as a general guide, the back foot is at an angle, okay? But also find that angle where you can feel the outside edges of your back foot press down on the mat. Okay? So once you find that, you'll start to bend your front leg, and then bend to that amount where it is accessible for you. Now it could be just to this degree, or for some, if you're going for the 90-degree angle, make sure you stop until your knee is above the heel. Okay. So that is it for the foot. Okay. So once you have your feet stable, your base stable, we move on to the hips. So what we would also see in class is that for most beginners or for people trying this out for the first time, is that your front leg, the butt will be sticking out. Okay, so it would be easier for the body to find this shape. Okay? But what you would want is also for the hips to find effort in the pose. So what you'll do is imagine your front butt, or the right butt in this case, is trying to roll in, okay, so that your leg can press back into the hip socket. Okay. And then once you find that, I would also cue finding traction between the legs. So imagine you're trying to slide the legs together. So feet are stable, find the traction. Front outer hip is rolling in, so you're already stable from the hips down. Okay. And then what you would want for your midsection, okay, so we'll differentiate first. Start to stick the butt back, see how that feels for the lower back, and then go the opposite direction. Okay. So differentiate again, try to stick the butt out, go the opposite direction, and in most cases find your in-between so that you're comfortable to ground from your hips down. Okay. And then for the chest, okay, what you would want, your chest will actually face the open area or the open side. So it will feel like a tiny bit of a twist. And then from here, we'll stretch out the arms out to a T. And then in some cases, what I would see is that students would normally do this. So the upper traps will kick in and your neck is short. So what you would want, so we're not necessarily relaxing the traps, but think that your hands are trying to reach the opposite wall. So that you're solid from your shoulders, reach the fingertips towards the opposite wall, and then bend any amount. And then you can come in and out of the pose as you find the efforts from the hips or from the feet all the way up towards the crown of your head. And then to come out, you'll bring the hands onto your hips, and then you can step your back foot forward. So let's do all of that efforts on the opposite side. Okay, so in this case, the left leg. So we're going to step the right foot back. So again, find that distance where you feel stable and you can ground on both feet. find that angle of your back foot where you can feel your back foot press down. Okay. And then as you start to bend that front knee, or in this case that left knee, come to that angle again where you know you'll be able to find movement or effort at the hip. So in this case, it will be the left outer hip rolling in and the thigh bone plugging back in. And then when you're ready, let your chest face the open leg. You'll bring your arms out to a T, reach the hands towards the opposite wall, and then you can bend any amount that is accessible for you. But remember to find traction at your legs, so as if you're trying to slide the legs together, keep that so you find extra lift and stability. Add the brace at the front body, and then hold here for a couple of breaths. Okay. And if you still want a little bit more in your warrior two, you can reach the arms up as you inhale, exhale, arms out to a T. Or you can even add the reverse warrior, so let your front palm face up, and then you'll reach up and over, so back hand can slide on your back leg or just wrap it around your lower back. And then hold here for as long as you like. And then when you're ready to come out, come back to warrior two or arms out to a T. You can bring the hands onto the hips, and then you can step the back foot forward. Namaste. So I hope those instructions were helpful, and the cues needed and the efforts needed for you to effectively hold Warrior 2 in your practice. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This is part of our Breaking Down series. So don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel. And I would like to thank you for watching. This is Ever Yoga by Jo and Endaya, sharing everyday yoga for everybody.